The top stories. The latest in the Barbados Workers Union Transport Board saga, concern over how a U.S. law will impact some Barbadians, and tourist arrivals up in St. Lucia. Welcome to Nation News for Monday, March 3rd, 2014. I'm Natasha Beckles.
At Courts, every day we bring affordability, convenience, innovation, and style to over 1 million customers in 11 countries. From homes to communities, we are proud to make a difference in the lives of many across the region. Courts, bringing value home.
The Barbados Workers Union and the Transport Board continue to be at odds over the ongoing retrenchment of workers. We have more in this report.
I'm here in front of Government House, where Transport Board Management and trade unionists have gathered. The Transport Board Management is right now in a meeting with the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honourable Frondell Stewart. The trade unionists will be invited in afterwards. This all follows a series of layoffs in the Transport Board which started last Friday. Scores of Transport Board workers were given their walking papers at the Weymouth compound. Human Resource personnel handed out the retrenchment letters under the supervision of General Manager Sandra Ford. The Barbados Workers Union is seeking to meet with the Transport Board to work out what they see as key issues in procedure. Transport Board Management saw it fit, however, to meet with the Prime Minister first. More details on the outcome of the meeting in tomorrow's Daily Nation. Kishmar Shepherd for Nation News.
The average Barbadian living in Barbados has nothing to fear from the United States Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, commonly known as FATCA. However, International Business Minister Donville Inniss has expressed concern about Barbadians who live in the U.S. and maintain sizable bank accounts and insurance policies here. Financial institutions will be required to share information about those accounts with the U.S. Inland Revenue Service. FATCA was enacted in 2010 by the U.S. Congress to ensure that American citizens, residents, and others deemed U.S. persons pay their full share of taxes on bank accounts held overseas. Speaking this morning during a FATCA seminar at Hilton, Barbados, Mr. Inniss said those individuals would have to be sensitized about the legislation.
You know, these matters are not matters that the average person would research and read a lot about. Of course, the banks have their job to do. The bank is not going to go prying around, asking your if you have dual citizenship and all those things. The onus is going to be on individuals to a large extent to do their own checking.
Meanwhile, financial consultant Hugo Inniss says FATCA could prove beneficial to establish international financial centers like Barbados. Although compliance with the legislation poses a number of challenges, including high costs, he said this could be a positive development in the long run.
The advantage for some is that this will become a barrier to entry because of the high costs for most countries seeking to enter into the IFC market. This will be a barrier to entry, and therefore only the credible and strong will probably survive. I think this is going to be reviewed by some of the other Caribbean countries who are involved in the sector as well. So I think that long term, because we've had a very good double taxation agreement with the US, we've always shared information. What this will do now is to confirm to everyone that we've always shared information, we've always complied. Therefore, that is no longer going to become an issue.
While many people were watching the Oscars last night, a team of local mobile developers were busy collecting prizes of their own. Shannon Clark, Libran Sobers, and Samora Reed walked away with the Pioneers of the Caribbean Award in the Digital Jam 3.0 competition in Jamaica. Their app, called MediReview, will help doctors manage patients who are suffering from non-communicable chronic diseases. The competition gave more than 50 teams from the region a chance to network with key experts from Silicon Valley and learn from leading tech companies. Black History Month is over, but African awareness activities continue in the schools. Storytelling, drama, fashion parades, and dance were on the agenda today for students of Eagle Hall and St. Jude's primary schools.
What we're doing is restoring balance, establishing a balance, because what children used to understand in times gone by, even to your generation, that you were everything except African. As the mighty Chopper said, they'll be eating cocoon and they don't see Africa at all. You'll be wearing braids, you don't see Africa at all. You tell children that whatever they're doing comes from anywhere but Africa.
Across the region, tourist arrivals were up in every category for St. Lucia in January. Arrivals from the United States, their main source market, were up by 11% over last year. The Canadian market was up by 15%, while visitors from the UK increased by 5%. Both the yacht and cruise ship sectors also went up. Deputy Director of Tourism Tracey Warner-Arnold credited their advertising and marketing strategy, which included targeted areas like weddings and music.
So we've really seen some development in the US market, and it's really driving that. But starting off this year, we're seeing the other markets start to pick up as well. So we're really going to be working towards maintaining that growth and the development in those key markets. And we believe that this has resulted from our efforts in terms of our strategic focus in the marketplace, a consistent advertising campaign. Our partners out there, the hoteliers, our partners have been doing quite a bit of work in the marketplace as well, which really supplements the work that we do, as well as a very targeted approach to all of our niche markets.
Guess who is in the region for Trinidad Carnival? Dr. Conrad Murray, the cardiologist who was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the death of pop icon Michael Jackson, is in Trinidad to participate in the annual celebrations. Murray and several family members arrived on the island over the weekend. The self-professed carnival lover declined to speak on any other issue, only saying they were there to have a good time. He is suing the United States government to have his medical license reinstated, but Health Minister Dr. Fuad Khan said that Murray could make a case legally to practice in Trinidad and Tobago. Sports is up next.
The history, the legacy, the rivalry, the passion. We versus them. West Indies versus England. 3 T20s, March 9th, 11th, and 13th at the Mecca. We versus them.
In football, Jamaica's Reggae Boys beat Barbados 2-0 on Sunday night at the National Stadium in an international friendly. The second half goals came from Major League Soccer players Darren Mattox and Deshaun Brown, who scored in the 75th and 82nd minutes respectively. The one-day international series between West Indies and England is tied at 1 game apiece. England won the second match by 3 wickets in Antigua on Sunday, scoring 163 for 7 in reply to West Indies' 159. The series decider will be on Wednesday at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Sports was brought to you by We vs. Them, West Indies vs. England series. And finally, archaeologists in China believe they have unearthed the world's oldest cheese, dating back 3,600 years. Yellow blocks were collected from the neck and chest of a female mummy believed to be buried with the dairy treats so she could enjoy them in the afterlife. And that's Mission News. I'm Natasha Beckles.